ApeCoin. It's been a huge airdrop for anyone who's held a Bored Ape Yacht Club or a Mutant Ape Yacht Club. It's definitely a big influx of money into the ecosystem, and I want to talk about it today. I definitely say it's one of the top in terms of the value that this airdrop was worth, and it's still worth a lot to this day. So today I want to go over ApeCoin's utility and also the plans for its future as well. So enjoy. So firstly, we'll talk about what is ApeCoin. ApeCoin is the governance token that they use for ApeCoin DAO. It's used to vote on proposals that the holders of the token create. One of the main parts of ApeCoin is the ApeCoin Foundation. It's a legal entity that's there to administer the decisions of the ApeCoin DAO. Other than that, it's responsible for sort of the day-to-day admin of the DAO, any bookkeeping, project management, or any other tasks that are needed to ensure that the DAO's ideas develop. I'd say that the goal of the ApeCoin Foundation is to ensure the growth and development of the ape ecosystem in a fair way. They can do this by utilizing the ecosystem fund, which is controlled by a multi-sig wallet to pay for the expenses of the DAO's approved proposals. So it's like basically paying to hire people that might be needed when it comes to developing the things that have been approved. They do actually have a board of members as well that will serve the DAO for the first 6 months. I'll put a little photo next to me so you can see who those founding members are. But after the 6 months, the DAO can actually vote for new board members as well. So it's like I suppose if the community feel like a holder is going to be more valuable as a board member, then they can vote on that. In terms of ApeCoin supply, it does have a total of 1 billion tokens, and it's a fixed supply, meaning that it's not deflationary and it's not inflationary. A portion of these tokens were locked on release and they're due to slowly release over 48 months. In terms of its distribution, it's been among 4 main groups. 62% of it has gone to the Ecosystem Fund, which consists of all the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the Mutant Ape Yacht Club holders, and also the Treasury. 9.75% went to Yuga Labs, which were the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club. 6.25% went to the Jane Goodall charity, and 14% went to the launch contributors, which consists of companies that helped fund it from the start. So it's basically like VCs and private investors. And the remaining 8% went to the Bored Ape Yacht Club founders. This goes to the 4 founders of Yuga Labs and Bored Ape Yacht Club. I feel like I'm saying that word so many times today. I'm not sure what I really think about the distribution of ApeCoin. I feel like it's been a little bit skewed because even though the 62% go into, you know, the actual holders of Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club, they've already been so expensive to purchase. Like the floor price for these things is literally the cost of a house in a lot of countries. So it feels like everyone's just got on an extra 10,000 tokens, which we'll talk about in a second, which is so much money. And you had quite a large portion going towards sort of the founders and the developers of ApeCoin, but it's really not that hard to create a token, and they haven't really done much else at the moment since creating the token. Really all they have is a website and a token and the brand, I suppose. And yeah, I feel like a lot of money has sort of been distributed, and I don't quite know how I feel about the way that it's been distributed, but it's happened now. So if you're one of the lucky ones that could claim the ApeCoin from holding a Bored Ape Yacht Club or a Mutant Ape Yacht Club, then you would have been able to claim about 10,000 ApeCoins, which on release at the end of the day was around $80,000 for holding an NFT. That's per NFT as well, by the way. And at its peak that day, it was worth around $280,000 for an airdrop. That's according to Binance on their exchange, but it's different depending on the exchange you use. The price of the coin today is around $19, which means it would have been worth $190,000. So it's it's a crazy amount of money. But even though this airdrop was worth a lot of money, the price did dump quite a lot, and it did run into some issues during the claiming process as well. So we'll go over that now. So as I said, the price dropped by quite a large percentage the day it was released. I think this is probably one of the big issues with airdrops, is that you are going to expect to lose a lot of the price, because if you're receiving such a large amount of tokens like they have done, minimum you'll be earning $80,000 from this airdrop. You're going to be selling some of it, surely. Like, you'd kind of be the odd one out, I think, if you didn't sell some of it, at least a portion of it. I think there's also, on like another note, scammers really came out in force that day when it came to the announcement of ApeCoin. Obviously, scammers come up with their own ways of trying to scam people out of their own money, and they did that just in the form of either trying to be the airdrop website, so copying it, or just promising that they'll give ApeCoin in return for a seed phrase for a wallet or something like that. And it did result in some losses of some Bored Apes as well. So I think it's really hard to really stop these things at the moment, especially with Twitter. You go on the replies of some people, especially in crypto, and it is flooded with bots. And I mean, I've got DMs from bots and all sorts, so it's very, very bad at the moment. So yeah, anything like this is just a perfect hunting ground, I suppose you could say, for those. Another thing as well, and it was warned about by a couple of users on Twitter, that it would be susceptible for a Flashloan attack as well, and it did actually happen. I'll go into sort of the details of the Flashloan attack now. So what a Flashloan attack actually is basically just borrowing and returning a loan all in one transaction. This is used in a number of ways. One example is using the price differences for tokens on different exchanges. So the user can leverage the buying power through the use of a flash loan, so they can borrow a load of money to then buy tokens at a low price on one exchange and then sell at a higher price on another exchange. And then all they have to do is pay that loan off, do all that in one transaction, and then the profit that they've made in between the price differences of the exchanges is yours. It's an insane feature of DeFi. It's something I don't fully understand, but that's sort of the basis of it. And they managed to do this with this airdrop. So the attacker actually found some Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs that hadn't claimed the airdrop using a website. He used NFTX to find this. NFTX is basically a platform where users can deposit their NFTs into a vault in return for a token proving they own that NFT. And these tokens can then be traded on decentralized exchanges. In order to execute this flash loan, the attacker used Bored Ape Yacht Club 1060 as collateral for it. In this transaction, a large amount of NFTX tokens were borrowed. Over 60,000 ApeCoins were claimed, and then the loan was paid back to NFTX, and that was all done in one transaction. Once the attacker had claimed all those tokens, he then sold them for $1.5 million. And because of the way this particular airdrop was done, it just meant it was susceptible to a flash loan. What you can see with a lot of airdrops is that they do like snapshots where it basically takes almost like a photo in a way of like everyone who's holding a token at a certain date, and the airdrop is given to those people. So that kind of stops anything like this from happening. But they didn't do it like that. They just had it so you can claim for 90 days as long as you've got an NFT that hasn't claimed your tokens yet, then you're fine to just, claim them. So it's definitely a bit more of a lazy way of doing it, I'd say, on their part. So that was basically the airdrop. So you can see it's worth a lot of money, and it still is to this day. In terms of its future plans, Yuga Labs wants to make their own metaverse, essentially. They want to build their own metaverse. Much like, Meta and other companies that have already done it. You could think of it as like another brand creating a digital world where players can do everything. So, they can interact with other people. They can take part in experiences. They can do shopping, gaming, watching TV, etc. I think really, though, the future kind of depends on the DAO's proposals. As long as you've got smart proposals and ones that really push development, then you're going to get a good metaverse. I'm sure that the ApeCoin Foundation will be there to sort of help steer things in the right direction, though. Just by making the right hires and also contributing and making their own proposals maybe as well. I think more competition is good. Like, I never see competition as really bad because it drives innovation, I suppose, to start with. And it also gives users more of an option of what metaverse they want to take part in. So if they're building a completely new metaverse that has their own vision, then fair enough. I don't mind them doing that. I mean, it's like I say, it's another option for us to go to. In terms of the coin itself, it's definitely a cheaper way to get into the whole Bored Ape Yacht Club brand, I suppose. It means you don't have to purchase an NFT that's more than some people's houses. It really kind of priced people out of even being able to access the brand. But now they have a token sort of reflecting the brand. You can buy into that. I mean, right now it's like $19 per token, so it's definitely more affordable. I'm sure if the whole brand of Bored Ape Yacht Club goes well, I'm sure that ApeCoin will do well alongside it. So yeah, a little bit of an analysis and history on ApeCoin. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and then all the social media stuff is down below, so make sure you check that. That's going to be everything. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.